Hey, what's good? What's up, everybody? This is RiiCHBOii Hutchinson here again. Um, I thought it was a good time to start another little video blog thing. We saw some recent information I found out in one of my classes, like some seriously, deeply disturbing information I found out in one of my classes recently. Um, I found out recently from one of my teachers during a lecture in my intro to social research class that nearly 50% of all gay black males in America are infected with HIV and AIDS. Now, I don't know about you, but when I hear those numbers, that is like scary. Like that's some intense. Like shit gets real. Like that's real. That means one in every two black gay males in America have HIV or AIDS. That is crazy. That is intense. That is like whoa. Like take a step back, pause. Like look at that shit. And I feel like people often try to blame the epidemic merely on being promiscuous or promiscuity, like just sleeping around with different people. And I think that's not all we can really blame it on. Like that's not the issue. I mean, that's not the issue. That's not the problem. I feel like the problem lies in the lack of thought, the ignorant mindset that we get into. And I say we because I've been guilty of that too. That the ignorant mindset that we get into when things like hormones and when people see someone that's cute or you think they're sexy, it's like a mindset where you just completely absent-minded. You don't think about you. You just do what feels right, and that's what the problem is. There's a lack of thought process. There's no, and when people lack thought, there's a lack of thought to be safe. People are not thinking, so they're not thinking to be safe, taking the time to put on a condom or get tested or know your status. Like people don't know. It's completely absent-mindedness, being completely have no knowledge of what's going on. People often have this mindset where it's like, oh, this can't happen to me. Nah, that won't happen to me. Like, nah. But this shit is real. This shit is really real. Like, one in every two, that's 50% of black gay males in America have HIV and AIDS. Like, that's intense. Like, people, we gotta, like, think. We gotta start thinking. I like, we know the reality and we see it all the time, but still, we're absent minded. Even though we've been smacked dead in our face all the time about HIV and AIDS and how rampant it's running within our community. Like we gotta stop, and just think about things. Think, protect yourself. People are not thinking. Just take the precaution step and just think. Put on a condom, get tested. I mean, it can save so many lives. Like really. I mean, I know there's hundreds of people, even thousands of people probably living healthy with it, but still, like it's intense. So we need to really just sit here and just think. Like think. It's a serious issue. Before we can attack any other thing, we put other things in front of what's really like intensely diminishing the community. Like we have to really sit down and just think about the things we do and don't put other things at the forefront. Like this is a serious issue within our community, so we need to address it. It's gonna take a collective effort though. But seriously, like we just need to start thinking. But that was just one thing I wanted to talk about. Another thing, another issue, another question, another gay issue, if you want to call it. Well, it is, but it pertains to everybody who's beyond, who's not gay. If you identify gay, if you're not straight, whatever. It's this question of whether you're born gay or you choose to be gay. This is a very super controversial question in all like a lot of my classes. Very controversial. But the way I believe philosophy on like people's philosophy on life and experiences and stuff, I feel as though until you're actually in the situation and you physically know the psychological effects and feeling and emotions that go behind the experience, when you're actually in it in reality, like sinks in, you're not really gonna know what it actually feels like. You're not gonna know like completely what the answer will be or how it will actually feel. So me being someone who identifies as being gay and deals with it or dealt with it at a point where it was like I had to deal with the emotions of it. I know for a fact that people don't choose to be gay. You don't choose it. So once you don't choose something, obviously it's been born innately in you. So I feel as though no, people do not choose to be gay. Yes, people are born that way. That's just how I feel from my own personal experience. Because I can remember when I was younger and in elementary school and maybe middle school, I was teased or picked on because people thought I was gay or people called me a fag or some shit like that. And like growing up in a family where like gay people are completely looked down upon, like the scum on the earth, like the last thing, like filthy, dirty creatures. Like that's how it was looked upon. Like completely opposite of what's right. Growing up in that type of environment and then having that feeling, having that feeling where it's like I can't control this. Like literally, I remember sitting in my room praying to God, crying, praying to God to take this feeling away from me. Like seriously, like because I didn't want to be like this. Is not right. Like this is not what people. This is not right. It's not the right thing to be. So take this away from me. But over time, as I grew older, I realized God never took it away from me because this is who He wanted me to be. Like this is it. So it's a point where I embrace who God wants me to be. That's where the choice lies. The choice does lie. There is a choice. There's a choice whether you're gonna go with your what God wanted you to be, or what was naturally in you, or was innately in you, or who you feel like you deep down in your soul feel like you need to be, or you choose what society constructs what is normal based off of that and that from that view. Based on what society dubs or names what's right, what's wrong, what we're supposed to be, what our roles are in society. If you're gonna live your life that way, that's where the choice lies. Do you be who you truly want to be deep down in your soul, or be what people wanted you to be? But then, in actuality, when you sit and actually think about it, there's really no choice because you only have one life. You only have one life, which means it's given to only you. And if you live it for other people, there's no chance to get it back. There's no chance for you to relive it again. Oh, I can try it another way. Like, no, you only have this one life. And once it's gone, it's gone. So you either be who you need, who feel like you, who you, the one who's given the life, the one who God gave the life to, live it what you feel like you should live it, or live it through the eyes of other people. That's where the real question lies. That's where the real choice is. So no, people do not choose to be gay. Yes, I believe, from my own experience, that you are born this way. In the words of Lady Gaga, you were born this way. So embrace it. But I get no society is so fucked up that people don't want to really live their life through what they feel like they really deep down in themselves are. And that's sad. It's sad, but there's a true reality. And that's something that really needs to be thought about too. There's an ignorant mindset that people just need to address these things. Like, but yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you guys. Again, like I said before, follow me on Twitter at RiiCHBOii_says. That's RiiCHBOii_SAYS. Follow me on Facebook. I mean, well, become my friend on Facebook if you want. If not, it's cool. But Richard Rich Boy Hutchinson on Facebook. And yeah, subscribe to my YouTube page. We'll have some more. I have a lot more to say about a lot of other different things. But yeah, if you want to comment, disagree, replies to what I said, then hit me up, or yeah, just subscribe. Later.